Hello there. Yeah, I'm just vibing to this music. I opened the game to set up for the stream like 10 minutes before stream, and I've just been sitting here vibing to the music ever since. It's so good. Music in this game is so good. Okay, so we're playing again as Norway. You can see our king now has a face because old king died. We also have like a little baby infant daughter who's gonna be, she's currently the heir, and wifey over here. So let's hop into this game. Also, fingers crossed that the game doesn't crash. It crashed last stream, and yeah, fingers crossed that doesn't happen again. Actually, I can't remember. Was it like the entire stream that crashed? I think it was. Okay. Right. Yeah, okay. So I'm remembering where we're at in this game now. So I recently conquered, like, mainland Denmark. There's this little chunk of islands here that are also supposed to technically be part of Denmark. And we don't have the kingdom title yet. It's just the, like, region. So I gifted a bunch of land away to different people to make them my vassals, and we got a few succession problems here. If I actually ruled Denmark, honestly, I don't know. Are we talking like actual being a king during this time period, or are we talking about being like the president or prime minister or whoever in present day? Because I think there would be different things I would do. Ruler modern day. Honestly, I don't know too much about what sort of laws Denmark has or not. I would like to make trans healthcare as easy to access as possible. That's one thing. Because I know Scandinavian countries are like different with their healthcare and stuff than like England and the US, but I'm pretty sure like trans healthcare is not a thing that's easily accessible in a lot of places in the world, regardless of general healthcare. Okay, so yeah, I gave land to a few people, and succession laws are gonna screw me over if they were to inherit this stuff. No, I put a lot of thought into these hypotheticals. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of joke answers for stuff like that. So yeah, this is my nephew, who I gave some land to. He just rules this little county, this little chiefdom. But he's actually in line. Okay, first of all, his next of kin is not someone in my realm, so I'll lose this land if he dies. But inversely, if the person he's the heir to dies, then he inherits that land, and that person happens to be a high chieftain, which is a duchy title. So this guy would go from being just ruler over a chiefdom to a high chiefdom, and I would lose the land that he has, because he would go over to the new land that he rules, which I think is over in Estonia somewhere, and he takes this land with him. We also have this dude, who's also in line to inherit a high chiefdom. This place down here. Okay, we'll have to do some stuff about this. Ways you can go, yeah, so this inheritance rule is a little bit trickier to deal with, but these are pretty easy to sort out. All you have to do is give the person that currently holds a chiefdom title a high chiefdom title. All I have to do is give them one of those. And I can actually usurp a few titles here as well. I can't currently because this person's at war. And, oh, I can do this one though. Yeah, so let's do that. I will usurp your title. I'm pretty sure this guy hates me because he's the guy I just took Denmark off of. So, yeah, this will cost me 250. Basically, usurping is just like... Hi, Paintingly. Yeah, basically, usurping is just like... You own more land than the person that owns the title. You own more of the land that title is a part of. So yeah, like he has this title here, but all he really owns is like, well, not including the duchy titles, he only has one county. Yeah, it's very intricate. Yeah, he just owns this one little county here, which isn't even a part of the duchy that I could usurp from him. So, yeah, this duchy right here. So all I have to do, basically, is pay money. I gain a little bit of prestige, because I'm gaining a new title. He loses that title, and I now have it, to do whatever I want with it. I have a bit of money saved up, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, now I am the owner of this duchy. Now, you can see I have too many duchies, because I'm a king. And kings are only expected to actually directly own a handful of duchy titles. So once you go up to 3, that's too many. So I will go ahead and give this Jarldom of Schleswig to... you, my friend, my nephew, or, no, actually, I'll give it to you, this guy right here. Because he has 2 counties that are actually part of the duchy that I'm giving away, I like to keep titles regional, and so it makes a lot more sense to give him the title than to give him the title, because he's, like has land in northern Denmark. He has land in southern Denmark. So I'll give him the title, grant title, Jarldom of Slesvig, and he is now the Jarl of Slesvig. He still doesn't really like me. Why does he wants the chiefdom of Vorbas? He also wants a seat on the council, which actually I might be able to do. How's my council? Yeah, actually, I don't know. Yeah, he'd be a good marshal. He's got a marshal stat of 17 versus my current marshal of 16. This guy would like me less if I kicked him off the council. Are you good at anything else? You'd actually be a decent spy master. Yeah, tell you what, I will make you my spy master. I'm looking for Jarl Sturbjörn. There he is. So make that swap, and now you, I will make this guy my new marshal. There we go. So my spy master is a little bit less talented than the previous one, but it's fine. Everyone on my council is a self-proclaimed powerful vassal, so they should be happy to be on my council. Okay, so now I only have this high chiefdom. Let's see what I'm most interested. Yeah, it's this title right here, and this guy's currently at war. Ah, yes. I'm pretty sure I'm a part of that war. No? No, I'm not. Okay, well, when that war is over, I can take that title off of him. In the meantime, there's another war going on that broke out right as I ended the last Crusader King stream. There's a holy war going on over here in England. This right here is the target duchy. Like an entire duchy here is being the target here. Now normally I wouldn't really bother, because holy wars are just like, yeah, whatever. Like, honestly, whoever oh my god, look at how broken up Central Europe is, by the way. That's so gross. No, but yeah, normally I don't bother with holy wars. This one I kind of will bother with, partly because this involves land that I will eventually want in the long term. Because I'm going for this whole secure the High King of the North Sea, which requires me to own this chunk of territory over here in Britain. So I want to set things up for me, and what that means is not having Catholics over here. If I can have as few Catholics over here before I conquer it, that would be great. So yeah, I'm actually going to get involved in this holy war. I'm 1,000 levies short of what I could have, but it's fine. And as long as no one sees me as a vulnerable target while I send my army over to England, it should be fine. So I want to launch from Denmark. So raise my armies. Who's the current commander? And alright, you're the best commander we've got. You're a cautious leader, which means you're not going to have a very high battle roll, but you're not going to have a very low battle roll either. Wait for all... Oh! What happened? Okay, first of all, I have a new son, but also what? Many treatises have been written on honorable conduct in war, but those authors' lives weren't on the line when they put pen to paper. I know from experience the best way to defeat my enemies is to ensure we only engage in battle on my terms. The question is, what terms would be the most advantageous? Okay, well, first of all, keep in mind, this will reduce my stress because I'm not actually committing to anything. But my stress level is 0 right now. Hey, Subwas. So, oh, hang on. There we go. Yeah, there's only 3 options here. There's another event in the background there. We'll keep an eye on that later. Yeah, so I've got 2 options here. I'm not going to bother with this last option, probably. So an intrigue challenge, based on my current intrigue skill of 8, which isn't that good. Hi, Lazy June and Eco. So this would be, yeah, trick my enemies into overextending. That would, if successful, give me 4 or 5 years, enemy fatal casualties plus 25%, and defender advantage plus 5. That's pretty good. If I fail, I become the foolish. And the alternative is hit and run tactics. Will wear my foes down. So retreat losses down, friendly fatal casualties down. Yeah, honestly, I think this is the most useful for me. Because I feel in this holy war, we're going to lose a few battles, and I would like to not take as many losses as I want. Okay, so what happened here? When the midwife finally exits the birth chamber with a softly crying bundle in her arms, relief washes over me. Then I see the look on her face. I'm sorry, my lord. Lady Grima. Words fail her, but the tone of her voice says it all. One life has been extinguished, but a new one has just begun. I must stay strong for my son. So, was she my wife? Yeah, she was my wife. My wife gave birth to a son, but she died in childbirth. So that's sad. Now, what's a good name for my son? I could name him Colbane. Let's see, ancestor, Asatru, or Norse. What's a Norse name? Oh, Valdemar. I like Valdemar. You shall be Valdemar, my son. Yeah, such tragic beginnings. I gained a bit of stress because my wife died. Okay. So it's time for me to find a new spouse. Hopefully one that won't provide me with the son. Unless, of course, this son dies. So, and I kind of... Okay, I'm more interested in congenital traits, but I also wouldn't mind matching their personality to mine a little bit. Let's see... I'm not seeing any congenital traits here. Oh, here's one. Ooh, intelligent. Intelligent is really good. Okay, so this person, first of all, they're Norse and Asatru, which works for me. They're patient, which I don't think conflicts with any of my traits. Sadistic, okay, and fickle. I don't see any conflict here. You are just a random person in Wiltshire. So I am going to, like, lose some prestige into this marriage because I'm marrying low. I'm marrying someone who's just, like, she's not low-born, but she's insignificant. So this will cost me a little bit of prestige, but I think in the long run, it'll be worth it. So let's go ahead and send you that proposal. Yes, a king wants to marry you. You'd better accept it. I, Saga, gladly accept your hand in marriage. May Freya bless our union, my impressive husband. Signed, Queen Saga of Noreager. Alright. My army is now standing. It is time. Okay, so. Probably. I don't know. So I have two options here. I could send my troops straight over here to the capital of England and hope I capture someone significant to force England to go to peace with us. And that could stop them from besieging this territory. They would see their capital is under siege and send help down south. The alternative is to face all these head on, which is suicidal. This could also be suicidal because it would pull them to me, most likely. I would like to help these guys out if I can. And yeah, I want to, because this is the target of this war. They're going to war so they can have this territory. Which means if they control this territory, they're going to be gaining war score just over time. They don't even have to lift a finger once they've captured all this territory. So I need to put a stop to that. But I think the best way to do that would be to head for the capital. So we'll sail down here. Alright, actually, I just saw a neighboring ruler won a war, and that neighboring ruler happens to be the person that I want to usurp. Yes, it is. Alright. So this will basically spend the rest of my money, but I think it'll be very much worth it. I will take your title, Jarl of Yeland. And now it's time to give this to you, my nephew. You can have the Jarldom of Yeland. There you go. Alright, and now this is telling me that I can transfer... Yeah, I can transfer a vassal that's currently my direct vassal because I think they control like a little county in this Jarldom. But really, this, to like smooth out the bureaucracy, it would be better for him to just be the vassal of the person that rules Yeland. So I'm going to give him this vassal. The downside of doing that is, yeah, you lose people on your council if they were on your council, and it also, like, they don't pay you taxes directly anymore. But I think it's better to do it that way anyway. Now you, Chieftain Bjorn, can be my new steward. And I think it's been a while since we've had good steward. You have a skill of 16, my friend. Damn, my council's pretty good. With the exception of my spymaster and my realm priest. Yeah, that's a pretty good council. Alright, back to the war. Now this is saying, okay, yeah, we're now losing the war because they besieged that territory. Oh? Oh yeah, I was swaying you, wasn't I? That was just because you were originally my spymaster and you didn't like me all that much. In my attempts to align Chiefess that to my interests, I've found an opportunity. I think I could argue that our goals are in fact the same. As I dictate my next letter, I could emphasize these shared interests. This is a diplomacy skill check. My diplomacy, I think, is pretty low. Yeah, I have a diplomacy skill of 1. So that has a very low chance of success. It is versus her diplomacy, which is 11. Yeah. Alternatively, I could just try to maintain subtlety. She would just gain some opinion of me. I will do that. Also, yeah, let's stop swaying you because there's probably more important people for me to sway, like my realm priest. My realm priest is fine with me, but he could like me a little bit better. So yeah, let's sway him. Yeah, because my diplomacy skill is very low, it'll take a long time to do, and it's not a very high chance of success, but there's, like, really no downside to swaying people. Okay. Yeah, I do not like what's going on up there. And something else happened. So, Crusader Kings, the title of this game. The very heartlands of Western Christianity are under siege by infidels. Desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness, Pope Martinus, to declare his intention of forging a righteous alliance to expel the heathens in the name of St. George. This could be the beginning of unprecedented Christian aggression. So, yeah, Crusades are now a thing. Like Holy Wars, Crusades are a type of Holy War, but they're not exactly the same thing. A Holy War is just like this region here wants a region here that's controlled by a different religion. So in this case, it's it's Catholicism versus Asatru. So they can be like, oh, well, I will use holy retribution to take your land. A crusade is that, but much bigger. It's declared by the head of faith, so in Catholicism's case, it's the Pope who declares it. And yeah, thank you, Paintingly, and yeah, I hope you have good sleep. Yeah, so the Pope here can call a crusade. Any faith in the world, I'm pretty sure this is how this works. Any faith in the world that has a, here, let me go to Catholicism real quick. They need to have a head of faith. I don't think it matters if the head of faith is spiritual or not, but they just need a head of faith. And they get to say, well, there's this territory that really should belong in this case, Catholic hands. So they basically declare that war, send out a letter to all Catholics in the entire world, and say, hey, would you like to help us conquer, for instance, Jerusalem? Where's Jerusalem? There it is. Would you like to help us conquer Jerusalem? And a lot of people say, hell yeah. They send their RSVP, they show up, they like donate money to this war effort, and then the war kicks off, and basically if they win the war, they start up a whole brand new kingdom over here in Jerusalem, and they put someone on that throne. I don't know exactly how they dictate who's on that throne, but they'll be Catholic. Same thing can happen for if you're Muslim. Some Muslim faiths have a head of faith that can call, I think they're called jihads, and they're basically the same thing as crusades. We can't do that because we're Asatru and we don't have a head of faith, but it's just something to, now that crusades are a thing, it can be a little bit scary. Just hope you're not the target of a crusade, because then all Catholics in the entire world will be coming after you. Okay, so we're currently besieging Winchester, which is apparently the capital of England. This is going to take us 16 months, because we don't have any siege equipment. The war is not going good up there. But honestly, I mean, the war effort seems to be fine, and we're only at a -2%. I didn't know my cousin was in prison. Okay. 1 year. 1 year and Winchester will be ours. Well, not ours, but under our control. Chieftain Kettle. Ooh, had his prowess increased. That's great. And my court physician is now a novice physician. That's good. You want your physicians to have physician traits. Yeah, we do not want to tangle with that mess. Even if we could pull these guys in with us, we would only have a strength of about 6,700 soldiers. And they would vastly outnumber us. Also, one of my knights got better. Yeah, I really like having my marshal on trained commanders. It's just very useful to do that. If you really want levies to like pad out your military, then you'd go for organized levies. But trained commanders, I think, is usually the better option. And increased control is really just if you've recently conquered someplace. Oh, there's a conflict going on up there. Oh, and someone became a blade master. That's nice. Yeah, increased control is really only if you've recently conquered a place and you think they're going to try and rise up in rebellion. Okay, so I have a new perk. Hit and run. So retreat losses down, heavy infantry damage and toughness up, as well as spearman toughness and archer damage. That's all good stuff and it directly impacts me, so let's go for it. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised. I thought they would be pulled down south because I was besieging their capital, but they seem to not care. I'm fine with that. And they don't have... Yeah, they don't have all the territory they're trying to take yet. My nephew is taken prisoner. Yeah, Winchester is really suffering. They're currently starving, and there's rampant disease. Yeah, people are screaming and dying. Yeah, part of the reason this is such slow progress is because they are heavily fortified. Ooh, I've got another commander. Sure. 13 and 14, I'll take them. You can be a commander. Yeah, they have a very heavy fortification here, and also I have 0 siege equipment. We literally don't know what siege equipment is. Ooh. I captured the Queen. I've got the Queen of England. That's good. Now let's, we've only partially taken this place because this other, it looks like there's another barony that has some other fortification. But once we take that, this place will fall to us. Wow, they're just absolutely pushing into the Danelaw. We're still winning, and yeah, plus 10% because we occupy their capital, plus 10% because we captured their heir, apparently. And they still haven't captured all the territory they need to get that ticking war score in their favor. Hampshire will eventually fall. Oh, I'm noticing some conflict. Yeah, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, 10,000. Strength of 10,000. Even if I were to help out, it wouldn't be much of a success. So we lost a bunch of war score. Yeah, 12% we lost because of that lost battle. And they now control the war target, which means... Oh, my siege is done. Yeah, they now control the war target, which means slowly over time that war score is just going to keep going in their favor. But I'll keep trying to do as much damage as I can. Probably the best thing to do would be to counter siege this territory that they've taken. What I usually like to do for that, because I know I'll take attrition walking through this territory that I don't own. Just see what path I'll take, and see here, when we get to Oxfordshire, we'll start taking attrition, so I'll stop in Berkshire and besiege that. Yeah, this is going to take a very long time for us to do, though. And yeah, I do not see us winning this holy war. But if we can make England fight for it, that's all that really matters. And yeah, we're slowly taking attrition because of various reasons. I think part of it is because we're in enemy territory. But the supply limit's not an issue, because you can see there this territory has a supply limit of 3,350, which is just a representation of like how much, like, I don't know. It's like how many people that land can support at once, I guess. I don't know a great way to explain it. Yeah, now they're heading south. I want to finish besieging this territory. It's going to take us 3 months to do. Okay, and now they're going to come in and kick our ass. Hopefully we can put up a good fight. But this is not looking good. Oh, what happened? A parade of important locals from Oslo has spent the day trooping through my hall, each one with a unique grievance against my... whatever. Halfdan. What's wrong with you, Halfdan? What did you do? Okay, yeah, what is that again? Oh, you're my realm priest. Okay, so people have problems with my realm priest. Some complain about his behavior, others his honor, but all agree on one thing. He is a disgrace to the court. The unwashed masses call for nothing less than a declaration of Nithing casting him out. Okay, so I have to do something about this. Well, I don't have to. I could say this isn't a matter for the king. Halfdan would not like me, and then we would have some class tensions, causing negative popular opinion. Alright, so the thing that will be less stressful for me would be to say, that's right, he must be banished. He would become a Nithing. And... yeah, because I've exiled him. Ooh, plus 10% holding taxes. And popular opinion up, okay. Alternatively, I could say, peasants, Halfdan is blameless. So I would get a weak hook on him. I would gain a little bit of stress because I am vengeful, and that's against my nature to do that. And popular opinion minus 40. So, what is this chiefdom, and why are they much of a problem for me? Okay, so it's Oslo. Oslo... Yeah, like, currently they're... So popular opinion is currently at 0 and would become -40. But it's only for 10 years. Are you worth kicking out of my kingdom? I mean, he's forgiving, which is a sin. He's not that bad, though. And 13 is fine. Would I potentially have anyone better that I could replace him with? Now, what I don't like is the fact that he's one of my champions. And I want as many champions as I can get. Yeah, I have 11 champions. Where does he fit in? He's like down at the bottom, isn't he? Yeah, he's way at the bottom. So he would be replaced by Chieftain Hrani. Yeah, I mean... people want him banished. Goodbye. Okay, so now I have a new realm priest. I do need to get another court physician, though. Oh, you're much better. 15. He was only 13, wasn't he? You're brutally mauled, so you're probably not going to live much longer. I mean... I'll make you my court physician for the rest of your days, however long that'll be. And yeah, that fight did not go well for us. Yeah. That's fine. How much damage did we do? It wasn't that bad. I mean, we have a few things in our favor, so we don't take as many losses. It was a pretty even fight, 700 to 500 deaths. And even if we lose this war, we do get war contribution. I'm surprised they're not actually counter-sieging their capital. They just came down to kick my ass and then left. I mean, okay. Okay, well... let's just keep counter-sieging. If nothing else, we'll just gain loot from this, and I want loot. Yep, we've got a thieves guild in one of my counties. Unfortunate. That'll go away in a little bit. Oh, one of my prisoners died in my dungeons. I don't know if I've really explained how besieging works. Oh, we're currently being raided. I can't do anything about that. Okay, so Halton likes me more, but I don't really care about swaying him anymore because he's banished. My spy master could use to like me, so I'll do that. Let's start swaying you. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually explained how besieging works, but essentially, I don't know all the details of it, but basically, this is how long it'll take for us to besiege this place. And a siege is basically you surround the place, cut off their supplies so they don't get like food and whatnot, so they'll eventually have to give in and let us take over. This is how much money they have in their treasury, so we'll walk away with that much money once the siege is over. This is their fort level. It's just kind of it basically just represents how many soldiers we need to effectively siege it, and how long it'll take us to siege it. This is how many soldiers are actually inside this place, like how many people are mustered there. So I'm pretty sure it's like we, at the very bare minimum, need to meet that number with our number of soldiers, which we easily do. Then we've got daily siege progress, which is based on do you have any siege weapons, and also how many people do you have sieging the place. Yeah, down here, if we had siege weapons, would tell us what kind of siege weapons we had. Usually, this will say 20 days to a new event, but if you have siege weapons and various traits, this can get lower. So I think the previous king had a trait that when he was in charge of an army would make it only 14 days to an event instead of 20. And I think the lowest you can get this is 8 days for each event. The city has two things to worry about: sickness and supplies. If their disease is rampant, they'll be more likely to surrender sooner. Same with if they have no food. Also, events are basically, once 20 days passes, a new random event will show up down here. The most recent random event was starvation, so they're losing supplies faster. And some days it'll just be a stalemate, which means nothing happens. Some days disease will happen. Some days desertion, which is basically people that are supposed to be defending the place gave up and walked away, so it's slight progress. And if we were to have any siege equipment, we could break holes in their walls, creating a breach. If you create a breach, it speeds up the siege time, and also it lets you assault the fort if you want, which would be every single day your army will take attrition because you're really just running through a hole in the wall with swords raised and hoping you don't die. But it will turn this into, like, instead of 4 months, it'll take you like 5 days. So it speeds up the siege progress at the downside of costing your army a lot of health. So hopefully some of you don't really need to pay attention to all those details. It's just something I know. So yeah, here we've got another desertion, and we've got a swaying event. So, while hosting lords and ladies from realms near and far, some opportunities to portray my spymaster, Chieftain Sturbjorn, in a good light have presented themselves. My lord, pray tell, who is the most elegant person you have heard of? So I could say Chieftain Sturbjorn, without a doubt. This would... Alright, well, have a good lunch, Lazy June. Yeah, so this would just immediately, he would like me more, but also it costs me a little bit of prestige because I'm not saying, like, I'm saying someone other than me is the most elegant person I know. Alternatively, I could say, why, it's me, of course. That would just give me some free prestige. And Chieftain Sturbjorn doesn't really care. He still likes me, like, he's +9, so I'm not going to worry too much about making him like me that +10. I would rather just take the prestige. Oh yeah, and see, this war is not going good for us. -64%. They control the territory, and they're already up to 26% because of that. And because we got our faces crushed, Negative 42. Ooh. Here, I'm gonna close those sound effects. As my eyes meet, Chiefess... Does anyone know how I'm supposed to pronounce that letter? Please tell me. As my eyes meet hers for what feel like the 20th time tonight, I know I'm not imagining things. Even from the other end of the table, her gaze feels as intense as the midday sun. She wants me, and I can feel my body responding, awakening. But Chieftain Sturbiern, her husband, and my spy master is also here tonight. So, yeah, basically, I could either sleep with her, which she doesn't have lover's pox, so that's good. Yeah, I could sleep with her once everyone else is asleep and make her my lover, potentially impregnate her and make her, and she'll have a child. I could tell everyone that she is lusting after me, which would mean, yeah, my queen likes me more. My chieftain, the guy that I'm trying to impress, would like me more because I was honest about his wife and didn't sleep with her. And she, the person who's lusting after me, would like me less. And for the next 15 years, she would be known as a strumpet. And I could just say, no, my heart remains pure, which just gives me some piety, and she just likes me less. I'm going to tell everyone about this, mostly because I want him to like me more. Oh? And my son Valdemar. While I have come to express mischief for my song and air Valdemar, his creativity keeps me on my toes. When it is not a prank, it is a brawl, a disgruntled tutor, or grazed knees from an adventure gone wrong. Alright, well, he's rowdy. We've had a few rowdy children in the past. Alright. 10 more days. I don't know why they're going out to sea. Ooh, I've captured another prisoner. Okay. Where to next? Yeah, I'm just gonna go and join up with my allies, and even though I don't control this territory, I'm not going to take attrition walking through it because it has land bordering that we do control. So Oxfordshire is bordered, what is this, Wiltshire? I can't see because of the thing, but I think that's Wiltshire, which we control. And then Northamptonshire is bordered by Leicestershire. And then, yeah, they're besieging Lincolnshire, which I'll go and help them out. Oh, this is interesting. So the old King of England died of old age. He was 61. So now we have a new King of England, King Alfredson of England. Okay, well, that kind of sucks because that means that the person I have in my prison is not the queen. She's the queen mother. Okay, well, I do have to think about something here. This holy war, we're probably not going to win it. So I probably want to release some of the people while I can, because I think when the war is over, it's all people that you have in your prison that are affecting your war score will immediately get released. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And I think the only person affecting my war score is the prince, who... what's his relation to the king? Yeah, so he's actually the son of King Elthred. So I could consider releasing him now, because we're probably going to lose this war anyway, and that would just mean I have the opportunity to do what I want with him. I could execute him, which would be an option. That's an option. We could execute him, because the current king doesn't have any other heirs. We could ransom him. He's pretty valuable. And the king doesn't have enough money to pay off the full ransom, so he'll just pay all the money he has. I could demand he convert. This is the most interesting one to me, like the option that usually would sit the most with me. The problem is, he's young. He's only 6 years old. And that just means they can easily convert him back to Catholicism, so this would really be more of a waste of a conversion. So it's really just a question, do I care more about a little bit of money? Or do I care about killing him? Something to think about. The other people I'm looking at in my prison, so we have a duchess, who is a wife of this prince, who's the brother of the king. So I currently hold the king's sister-in-law in my prison. What could I do with her? I could convert her. She's 41 years old. She's a lunatic. But that would just mean we have some people that follow Asatru in England. We've also got a countess here, who's also the king's sister-in-law. We could convert her as well. How much is she? She's actually worthless, apparently. Same with that duchess. Now the queen mother, so she is the mother of the current king. She, again, I could ransom for a whole bunch of money. I could also convert her. So I've got a few options here. I think I want to do this now, because we're probably going to lose this war anyway, and I'd rather not pass up the opportunity because I have these people in my prison. And I don't know exactly who would get released from my prison automatically when the war ends. I'm pretty sure it would just be the prince, but I don't want to take too many of my chances here. I'll do the prince last because he is the heir. Everyone else, though, I think what I want to do is just convert them all. Yeah, just say, hey, you're allowed to leave my prison if you convert to Asatru. It's not as significant as if I were to, say, convert an actual, like, Catholic person that had territory, but you can't do that if it's territory you don't own. Alright, and then I also have you. I'm pretty sure you're just like a nobody. Yeah, you're just some random nobody. But sure, I'll convert you as well. And you are just a kid. So conversion's worthless, so yeah, I'll take the 10 gold instead. Yep, so people are leaving and accepting Asatru as the true faith. Okay. So, yeah, my allies are currently running away from this, which I don't blame them. I'm gonna try my best to join up with them. Don't do that. That's gonna cost us attrition. Okay, I'm gonna hang out here. Hi, Kaede. I'm just gonna keep following my allies. They probably don't know what they're doing. They're just kind of wandering about, but I just want to be there to help them out. Okay. Yeah, I think now is the time where I do what I want with the heir. So, Leowolf of Wessex. They can't be war crimes if we haven't had the Geneva Convention yet. The year's only 910. So what does chat want me to do with the prince? Very true, very true. It's not a war crime if you're the victor. What does chat want me to do with the prince? Ransom would be pretty worthless. Actually, in that case, I'll probably just execute him. Because it was going to be between the ransom or the execution, but because conversion is literally worthless since he's a 7-year-old and they can easily convert him back to Catholicism. Yeah. Off with his head. So yeah, so this will get me dread because I'm executing someone of stature. Hi, Asakura Yukai. I would also gain piety because I'm executing someone who is hostile to our faith. I haven't executed the child yet. It's gonna happen though. Yeah, because his faith is hostile or evil, I can execute him without being called a tyrant. His family's gonna hate me because I will execute the only child of the king. No, it's not the only child. He's... actually... fuck it. I want to send the message. I just want to send the message. So, off with his head. And he was slain at 7 years old. Sweet. Yeah, I just wanted to send that message, even if it isn't gonna matter in the long run. Oh, I've got a new martial perk. Okay, so what do I want? Siege weapon effectiveness up. That's useless to me because I don't have siege weapons, but naval speed is fine. I don't have any cavalry, I don't think. Yeah, so I'll just take this. Naval speed up is fine. My allies are just wandering about doing nothing. Yep, I'm with you. Let's run away. They're gonna try and intercept us. They're gonna catch us. And we're gonna die a horrible death. Oh, Sturbian is dead. How many people can we kill before we all die a horrible death? That's the real question. Okay, one of my vassals was taken prisoner. Honestly, we killed more than we lost. That's impressive considering how heavily outnumbered we were. But yeah, it was about half our men died. That's unfortunate. We are gonna lose this war. And yeah, my counselor... Ooh, both of my counselors are... No, I think this counselor got captured. But in the meantime, I'll just assign someone who... 22, you say? Yeah, you can be my marshal. You are just a 10, but 10 is fine, 10 is average, and... Aha! So this guy would be a good spy master, but he doesn't like me. Putting him on the council will at least reduce that negative from, I think it goes to negative... It's either 0 or negative 10. Because a big fraction of that is him just wanting to be on my council, and if I put him there, he will actually like me. Okay, so yeah, it goes to negative 10. I'm gonna start swaying you. Just because I don't want my spy master to not like me. And yeah, we lost that fight, which sucks, but... Yeah, my allies are getting chased all around England. Oh, they're actually going to try and... Nope, they changed their mind. Come on, you can do this. Oh, we're actually able to move around again. Yeah, that's going to cost us some lives. I'm just going to besiege Sussex. Just keep running around in circles. That's the best tactic. Just keep running away. Ooh, and my wife is pregnant. Okay, I also want to mention something here. So I have a son, right? My son Valdemar, who basically when he was born, my wife died in childbirth. So I have a new wife. And this wife, if she gives birth to a son, might start planning to kill my son. Because that would mean her kid gets to be the new prince and the new heir. So something to think about. I'm pretty sure she's... Yeah, she's sadistic. But that's only hostile schemes against her own children. She can do them against other children. Oh. King Alfred has a new alliance. Well. Yeah, this war's not going great. We're probably going to lose it any minute now. Yeah, new ally joins the war. I would just like the siege to finish before the war is over, but I don't think that's going to happen. And we lost the war. Okay. Yeah. I'm not terribly upset, but it is a little bit annoying. So yeah, we lost the war. But what do we get? Yeah, so Catholicism's fervor actually decreased by 2, and Asatru's fervor increased by 4. I don't know if I've really explained what fervor is before, but fervor is basically how trendy is it to follow that religion. So I think the reason the loser's fervor increases and the winner's fervor decreases is because part of it's for game balance. Having the winner always gain fervor would just suck for the game. But it also is like the losing faith is more, they basically feel like they need to fight back and gain more followers. Meanwhile, the victor faith is basically like, yay, we just won this war. So that's all we really cared for. Anyway, so the king we assisted at least likes me more because I came to help out, even if we didn't win. And I gained a ton of prestige because I contributed a lot to this fight. Alright, time to disband my troops, send them home, let them recuperate. We took some heavy losses. Okay. Yeah, the Danelaw is looking a lot smaller now. So... Ooh, West Francia is doing some expansion. This is what I was afraid of. Yeah, so... Praise Freya! Saga has given birth to a perfect little son. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? Honestly, Suni's not a bad name. I'll go Suni. Yeah, so... 2 reasons I was afraid of that. Number 1, now I have 2 sons, so succession is going to split that up. Number 2, now my wife has incentive to kill my firstborn son. How you doing, Valdemar? You're Hale, which is pretty good. Those stats are fine. Next 2 years, I'll make a decision about educating you. And then... So... You don't seem to be intelligent, which is what I was hoping would happen. But maybe that doesn't show up right away. Oh, and we have a vassal that I can transfer. Sure, I'll do that. I'll transfer that vassal. And one second. Go to the council. So is the marshal that I lost. Yeah, you'll be fine as the new marshal. Also, Ylva. I think she's... Yeah, my firstborn daughter, Ylva. Ylva Yoter's daughter. That's a cool name. So what do we want to do with you? So you've got stewardship and learning. Learning's actually your best trait, so I'll put you on learning focus. And let's find you someone who's good at learning to teach you. My realm priest is pretty good, so let's go with that. Okay. And this is telling me I should grant a title to someone, so Jarl Older is the de jure holder of the chiefdom of Aalborg. So you're saying I should give him this chiefdom of Aalborg? I mean, sure. I guess. I don't know. I'll hang on to it for now, because I want the benefits from that chiefdom. Yeah, with the longhouses and all that other stuff. That's some good stuff. So I want to keep that for me for now. But once I do another conquest, I'll be sure to give you the land you deserve. Okay. So I have two things in mind that we could do. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive either. But number one is I want to save some money because... Where is it? Yeah, here. We could have ourselves a church over here in this county, which would just such good benefits there. +1 tax, 10% levy size, 10% holding taxes, and popular opinion up. And then the holder of this holding, which is me, monthly piety plus 10%. Monthly renown plus 5%. That's really good. +1 knight, plus 20% knight effectiveness. Yeah, I want that church. But it's a ways away. It costs 1,000 gold. I only have almost 200. So so to save that money, I probably need to do some raiding. The other option that I'm exploring is go for the Earldom of Sealand. Let's just see. Okay, so I could just do that in a subjugation war. Or a duchy conquest. Either way, it's not a good idea right now because he alone has 3,000 soldiers and roughly 8,000 combined with his allies. But in the long term, yeah, I think I really only need to do a duchy conquest there. I don't need to use my once-in-a-lifetime subjugation war just yet. Okay, so to make my spymaster more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I will be sure to mention his forgiving nature, or keep it short and professional. No, let's mention his forgiving nature. What is this little territory here, and can I have it? Yeah, he liked me mentioning his forgiving nature. Usually that's the case. I don't worry too much about, like, if this fails, -5. It's like, first of all, -5 is just -5. I don't care about a -5. Second of all, it hasn't seemed to fail for me. So, just always go for that. Yeah, what is this little piece of territory, and can I have it, please? That'd be cool. It's probably not worth diverting my attention, but you seem small and defenseless. Okay. Yeah, so what can we do about you? You're currently fighting a war against Sweden? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna wait a little bit for my army to recuperate after that long and fruitless holy war. Actually, no, it wasn't fruitless. We did get some prisoners. And I still have a few prisoners. I can't really do anything with them, though, can I? No. Yeah, all the prisoners I got in the war I let go. Yep. Lover's pox. The burning sensation in my groin was growing unbearable. I had to excuse myself and flee to my chambers. Finally alone, I could scratch myself and find relief. Yet, there was no relief to be found, for my fingers found blisters and tore them open. So, one of my concubines has lover's pox, and I caught it from her. That's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure she's past childbearing age, though. So, you can no longer be my concubine. Goodbye. That's unfortunate. So, yeah, it's congenital. It just means people fear me less, and people that are attracted to me don't like me as much. Oh, I got a new commander. Oh, 18 and 14 is also pretty good. He's an aspiring blade master. Hell yeah! Welcome to my court. Okay. So how's my... Alright, my army seems to be mostly recovered. It's mostly just levies that we're still trying to gather together. So... yeah, raiding. First of all, yeah, we've got a few places we can raid. First of all, what does this look like down here? So we got 15. Oh, you're recently raided. 4 is worthless. You were recently looted. 4. Not a lot of good pickings down south. What about over here? Oh, 22. 28. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. 11's not bad either. So, what about you? Oh, 17. In Zealand? Only 3. Okay. So, before it is West Francia. Maybe I don't want to upset West Francia. $4,000. I could probably take that on if my levies recovered. Yeah, I'm gonna switch you over to organize levies. Just so I can get some more levies in. And then I think we could just go and raid West Francia. Oh. And one of my other daughters... yeah, the game's telling me I should do some raiding. One of my other daughters is ready for her education. So... stewardship and learning. You're also pretty high on the learning stat, so I'll put you on learning education as well. And I'm pretty sure it's a realm priest again. No, it's my wife. Sure. Yeah, educate you in learning. Alright, so next person that'll be educated will be my firstborn son. Yeah. So, what do I want to do with him? It'll probably be Marshall again, but I've played 2 Marshall characters in a row so far. Wouldn't be bad to go Intrigue. But it feels like a waste to have an Intrigue character with such high... Well, with Hale. I feel like Hale would make him a good Marshall character. Okay, so how are levies coming? Levies are coming in nice and steady. 171 per month. Let's see. Would it be better for me to just say screw raiding West Francia? Well, no. Because, yeah, I remember these guys are pretty well defended too. Yeah, they have... I'm going to keep an eye on this guy. He's 54 years old. He'll die eventually. And then all those alliances expire. So I'm going to pin him. Basically what that means is he's just going to be up here. And so I will know when this guy dies. I could also plan an assassination, but those can get expensive and I want to be saving up my money. Yeah, like once we get to 4,000, they're getting money. I would really, really like it if they were to declare war or have war declared on them just so they could be distracted. Oh, the good chieftain. While hosting lords and ladies from realms near and far, some opportunities to portray my spy master in a good light. Yeah, so it's this event again. Honestly, he's at a +1 now. Then again, I have a bunch of prestige. No. I want as much prestige as I can get. Okay. Here's another thing that I'm thinking. Okay, first of all, the game's yelling at me because I only have 1 concubine. I don't care. That last concubine gave me lover's pox. I do not want... Okay. Shoot. I had something in my mind. Then it escaped me. I feel like it had something to do with West Francia. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully sometime someone will declare war on West Francia and they'll be distracted so I can go raid them. I do not like how they're encroaching on my territory. Oh, someone... Yeah, so you want me to pay a ransom for one of my courtiers. Yeah, I'll pay that ransom. I want him back. Ooh, there's a conflict going up north. Now this territory I do not care to take. I probably have the right to it because it's de jure part of Norway, but it's not in any of my immediate goals. I want to build up my land right now. Okay. Yeah, West Francia. How you doing, my dude? He doesn't seem to be doing too well. I guess he's fine. Yeah. Yeah, he's robust. He does not like me for many, many reasons. Let's see. Oh, is time how long was time frozen? Just give me all the levies, please. I just need... Oh, actually, no. I remember what I was going to do. Holding taxes down. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, this is what I was going to do. We're making a steady profit on our prestige, and we've got a bunch of prestige saved up. So what if I... Okay, first of all, why do I have 2 stacks of Vigmen? That probably shouldn't be the case. But no, let me increase the size here by 2. And I'm going to disband you because it's better to have multiple stacks than to have... Well, it's better to stack on top of one unit rather than have multiple units. And how about you too? Because you're fairly cheap. Yeah, you're fairly cheap. And as long as we're not making too much of a loss in prestige, I know we'll make a big loss when we're actually going to war and we have all our armies raised. Let's see. So raid speed up 25%. Yes, please. But yeah, these are fairly cheap units that are pretty good, and you want men-at-arms to make up a significant portion of your army. And that could help me... Oh, my spy master has been swayed. Nice. Okay, so now who doesn't like me as much as you, my chancellor? I'll sway you. And I also can't help but notice that you're currently on domestic affairs. I'll probably switch you over to foreign affairs once you like me more. So once we're done swaying you, I'll do that. If I remember to. And my wife is pregnant. Hopefully it's not another son. I could stand to gain a few daughters, though. Oh, and now it's time to designate a guardian for Valdemar. Alright. Yeah, he's got an excellent martial trait for a 6-year-old, so you'll be going on martial education, and I'll just educate you myself. Just to make sure you don't gain any traits that I don't want you to have. Jarl Knut is 55 years old. He'll die eventually. Actually, I can't help but notice he only has one living sibling. All the rest died in childbirth, died from stress, died from her wounds, was murdered, died from being sickly, and had his head ripped off. What's this? The walls of Aalborg. The delegation from Aalborg slowly files out of my private chambers, our long meeting finally over. The petitioners beg for money to repair the crumbling walls of the holding, and have invoked my lordly duty to help them. I drum my fingers on the table, pondering whether to send them funds. Good fortifications are hideously expensive. Of course, if the walls are crumbling anyway, then I could always divert their existing stipend to more personal matters. Okay, so I could say I have a duty to my subjects. 50 gold isn't that much. I could easily get that back. I gained some steward lifestyle experience, which doesn't actually affect me because I doubt I'll switch over to stewardship And that just gives, for the next 20 years, professionally rebuilt walls. Honestly, that's not that great a benefit for 50 gold. Like, role-playing wise, I want to do it, but it's like, is that it? 50 gold for that? No, thank you. Then we've got a stewardship challenge, which is based on my crappy stewardship of 6. That'd be adeptly rebuilt walls. 44%. 0% chance of me getting that for 100 years, but 44% chance I'd do it for 20 years. Or 55% chance of disastrously rebuilt walls. I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that it would cost me 28 stress. But it would get me 100 martial lifestyle experience. Alternatively, my money is for me. They get crumbling walls, but I gain 50 gold. Which do I care about more? The 50 gold? Or the martial experience? Huh. That's an interesting decision. I think, like I said before, 50 gold is not that much. But I feel different spending it versus saving it. Like, if something's giving me 50 gold, and that's not a terrible downside, is -1 fort level, -10 popular opinion. Where is this chiefdom, and how likely are they to be under siege? They're just yeah, they're probably not going to be under siege. Yeah, I'll say my money is for me. I'll take the 50 gold. Sucks to be you, but what have you. Okay, honestly, this is probably enough for me to go raid West Francia. Probably. I am a little bit concerned about... Actually, what exactly do they have? So they have light horsemen. Those are good at countering archers, which a third of my men at arms are archers. Most of them are armored footmen, which are good at countering spearmen. And, oh, I wasn't done yet. Oh, they actually have siege equipment, onagers. Okay, what do I have in my army that's good at countering heavy infantry? None of them. None of them are good at countering heavy infantry. Well. And what happens when I switch you over? Does that... That does lower my levies a little bit. Their army size is only going to keep going up. We have more knights than they do. I think we should be fine. I want to start with raiding them. And then move over here along the coast back home. So I'll like sail out here and then head along the coast by land. We won't be able to escape them by sea because it takes way too long to disembark. But the reason I want to take them on first is just so we can ensure that we don't lose any money that we gain from raiding right off the bat. So where's our rally point? It should be, yeah, right there is fine. So raise everyone as raiders. Let's also merge you guys, because it split you up because there's a lot of you. Alright, merge you together. I could be in charge if I wanted to. You're currently in charge, rough terrain expert. Honestly, I would like the movement speed. Yeah, let's put the movement speed in first. And okay, so how far do we want to go? Zealand has 3 gold, so not worth raiding. But Holland has 17. Both these places have 17. Okay, so we're gonna head to Holland. Let's go and raid Holland. And yeah, just pray that West Francia doesn't cause us any trouble. If I see them raising their troops, I'm going to engage, because I know it's going to take them some time to... Oh my god, I have a 3rd son. Really? No, you're my 3rd son. You don't get to be named Leother. Let's give you... No, I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce that. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but Osbjorn? I think. Yeah, sure, that's a fine name. Okay, raiders, let's head over to Holland and hope West Francia doesn't do anything to respond. Okay, we got some money. Yeah, while we're here, let's go take some money from this place as well. Okay, still no sign. Have to be on high alert here. Oh, the enemy of Rome. While studying the tactics of ancient generals, I was astonished to learn about the exploits of Hannibal Barca during the Second Punic War. Known as the enemy of Rome, Hannibal's crowning achievement was the Battle of Cannae, where his army of roughly 50,000 outmaneuvered and encircled the larger 86,000 strong Roman army. Surrounded and unable to retreat, only 3,000 Romans survived the massacre. So I could gain supply duration up 100%. That's not terrible. Versus flexible leader. Enemy defensive advantage down. Honestly, I think logistician. How do I say? Logistician. Whatever. Logistics are very important, because the longer we're out on campaign, the more supply we lose, because I very often keep my armies above the supply limit. So yeah, I'll take that. Hannibal was a true master of Fabian tactics. Let's keep this raiding going. Alright. Ooh, 19. Just for reference, so that's not really worth going for. That's not really worth going for. That really is, though. 28. That's a 17. That's a 13. Okay, so... Also, yeah, did I miss any other places around here? Okay, well, let's go for the 20 next. 20 is pretty good for us. Yeah, we're just raiding the Netherlands. Don't mind me. They just have a bunch of money. And as long as we're not caught off guard... Ooh, we actually captured a prisoner. Okay. Oh, a few prisoners, actually. Okay, are you worth anything? Yes, you are. I'll ransom you. Are you worth anything? You are, but I can't ransom you yet because the person I'm ransoming you to is already considering something. And I'm... Ooh, you're worth 50. Yes, please. In the meantime, let's keep moving. Yeah. 200 casualties. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so he accepted that ransom. Let me ransom you next. Just because 50 is good. Okay, that ransom got accepted, and finally you. Congratulations, your father cares about you. Okay. Yep, that rating is done. Okay. So, yeah, now we just start heading north. I'm honestly just gonna skip that 4. It's not worth it. But the 17 is good. Okay, next stop. Yeah, 14. I am going to bother with this 4 just because it's literally along the way to the 28. Alright, on to the 4. And on to the 28. Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of good loot from this. Alright, ooh, we got more prisoners. 2, in fact. You're worth 25. But I can't help but notice you're 17. Who are you? So, you're the son of a duke. You're not even the firstborn son. No, it's not worth converting you. I would rather take the 25 gold. And I'll wait for the other person. Meanwhile, where to next? 29, hell yeah. Alright, so that ransom was accepted. And finally, this baby is also worth 25. I'll take it. Alright, Chiefess Asta has been swayed, and now it's time to switch over to foreign affairs. Just because that actually gains me monthly prestige. And independent rulers like me more. Honestly, I don't care as much about that, but the monthly prestige is good, and if I go to war with someone, shortened truces is also pretty good. Okay, ransom accepted. Also, another thing. Should I sway someone else? I'll sway you. You like me, but you're only at 15. I'd like you to like me a little bit more. Okay, this raid is almost over. Oh, more prisoners. Love to see it. Okay, who do we have this time? You're just a random nobody. Okay, you're actually worth something, so I'll ransom you first. And I can't, like, there's nothing worth going over there for. Ooh, 21, I mean. For 200 casualties? Okay, who are we upsetting? Angria. We only have 2,000. Yeah. Alright, so that ransom was accepted, and... Who are you? You're just a random callous knave. Tell you what, you're allowed to walk away if you praise Odin. Alright, I have no choice to accept the conditions of the release. Alright, so Lover's Pox. As I slid between the sheets to join Saga, I was horrified to find oozing blisters on her most private parts. Did I do this to her? Yeah, I could continue to lay with her, but that would cause me stress because I'm vengeful. And honestly, I have 5 children. 5 is enough. Yeah, forgive me, Saga, but I cannot share your bed like this. Fertility minus 10,000%. Basically, the game is saying you will not fucking have kids with this person anymore. Lose 20 opinion of me. Yeah, I don't blame her because I rejected her from my bed. I don't like doing this. But I don't mind the not reproducing anymore, and I'd much prefer it to 28 stress. I'm sorry, Saga. I'm sorry this happened to you. But hey, think of it this way. You're still queen. You're still my queen. Like, that's not changing. I do feel bad, though. Alright. So, any other places worth looting before I head back home? Oh, 34. 34. Yes, please. 34. So, I'll take some casualties along the way, but I mean, for 34... Yeah, the downside of taking casualties is, apart from the fact that they're casualties, when you're raiding, your however much loot you can carry home is based on how many soldiers you have in your army. So taking casualties means you'll be able to take home less loot. Okay, is there any place else I can raid before I head back to my home territory? I can raid you. Awesome. 28. Oh, a notable guest has arrived. They have a claim on a chiefdom. Honestly, I don't care. I don't need claims. I'm a tribal culture. What happened here? Returning from the Varangian Guard, I barely recognized Olafur, the son of Duke Rold of Flanders, as he enters my great hall. I am home, acquaintance, Olafur bellows. There have been many a time I thought I would never see these shores again, but I am finally back. As strange as it is to see my acquaintance after all these years, I cannot deny that I am impressed with his Greek dress, his foreign jewelry, and the heavy coffer he has brought with him. Welcome home, Olafur. So, Olafur gains some prestige and money, and he has left my court? What? I thought we were welcoming him home. Why does he leave my court? Is he going to the Basileia of the Byzantine? Is that what's happening? Olafur. Also, what the hell happened to Streamlabs? Something happened, and now all I can see in Streamlabs is the chat and literally nothing else. Did Streamlabs have issues? We're still live. I can see on my stream manager that we're still live, but Streamlabs, like, seriously, like the end stream button has disappeared. All my windows, like my scenes have disappeared. We'll keep going because chat's still there. But yeah, the X to close Streamlabs if I wanted to isn't there either. Okay, we can work with this. Return, yeah, so, I mean, okay. I don't fully understand what's going on here. I assumed, based on the dialogue, that he's actually coming back to my court. But this is saying he's gonna leave. So, whatever. Do what you want, my dude. Was that my realm priest that left me? Is that what happened? That's what happened. My realm priest left me. Really? Nope. No, go away. Realm priest, my dude, now I got this crappy realm priest that's... you're not good! You're not good, you've got pneumonia, you're scaly. Hi, Mathis. Well, you'll die of pneumonia, hopefully. And then I can maybe get a good realm priest. Anyway, back to the rating. We're almost home. Okay, the game did not indicate to me that we got money from the raid. Whatever. Head home. Deliver that loot. We got a lot of loot. Oh, that's a lot of loot. Okay. Why can't you stand down? Hostile armies? Seriously? Fine. I'll head further inland and hope we can disband there. There we go. Disband. Alright, so we gained a ton of loot from that raid. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Ooh. And we've got a few other things to pay attention to. So we have a few people I can actually challenge to combat. I'm down with that. Okay, this is actually bothering me. I'm going to close Streamlabs and reopen it. Hopefully the stream doesn't end.